We roll on to number 4 now on the list of the preseason power rankings. And this is maybe the one spot where you could make some arguments one way or another. Maybe these guys should be behind Schalke instead of in front of them. We're talking about the Mad Lions. And I feel like if you just ran back the exact same roster, you'd pretty confidently keep them in 4th, even though they had the big fallout at Worlds, but they changed the top side. Elioia comes in the jungle from the Movie Star Riders, and he's Spanish. We know that Mad Lions love being Spanish. They won the Summer League in the Spanish League LVP. It's because Shadow didn't play well at Worlds, I feel like now all of a sudden we're saying he was never good, but he was consensus second best jungler, more so than Jankos in the summer split even on Mad Lions. So that is a tough one to say. I don't see that being an upgrade over Shadow, but Armut over Arome, listen, we saw that head to head. It is an upgrade for the Mad Lions.
Upgrade doesn't even justice how much I think Armut is going to come in and help this squad and provide a different look, a different avenue for them to play. Is something extremely exciting, right? Along in the same veins as something like what a move that Schalke did with BB. This is a type of change to someone that is going to play younger, going to play hungrier, willing to play this different champion pool and styles. And again, into a year like this, with the different items coming through, you couldn't ask for something better for the Mad Lions and what they've done. The growth and progress that they want to continue making, Armut's your man in the top side. It's going to help you get that done.
A couple things I love looking at for top laners is obviously, can you play tanks and carries? Can you do both? And how do you look on those tanks? Because a lot of guys, they look fantastic on carries, and if they're not on Ornn, if they're on any other kind of tank, they just kind of fade into the darkness. You don't even really notice them in the game. Watch the games of Armut at Worlds on Sion, on Shen, completely dominating the game. That is a telltale sign of a fantastic top laner.
And again, you look at those performances on those type of champions, right? Being able to counter people, that is a huge attribute that you need to be able to have to compete at the highest level in the LEC. Talked about it with Broken Blade, Wonder, Whipple. Those are your big dogs that you're looking at as far as top laners in the LEC that perform consistently domestically and then internationally have had success, have been able to prove themselves. That's the level that you need to be getting at. And someone like Armut, hey, he's already shown us that he's got the skills to be able to do that. I think with a squad like the Mad Lions, them playing around him, that could be something interesting. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the idea of missing, replacing Shadow, and as well the coaching staff, Peter Dunn. I think that is something that does need to be addressed for the Mad Lions, and there will be some growing pains that need to be had. But overall, looking at this Mad Lions roster, looking at the young team, keeping someone like Humanoid Karzi still down there, I like what's going on with the Mad Lions.
Yeah, and despite how many highs we saw out of Shadow, the core must keep is still Humanoid, Karzi, and Kaiser, which they kept all three of them fantastic. Karzi's still only 18, guys. 18 years old, and this is the future face of the LEC, I feel like. So keeping that core fantastic for them. They got the World's experience. People are all-time low on this team. I know they've only been around for about a year, but think of what they did and look at their 2020 as a whole with 4 rookies, what they accomplished, even though they bombed out at Worlds. Okay, it's all an experience. It's all only going to make them better in the future. And a guy like Armut, he's been to Worlds back-to-back times. Sure, they're minor regions, but he's been there. Turkey is still a very competitive league.
Hey, holding the World's performance against this young Mad Lions team, that's pretty bonkers to me for anybody to be doing. That was a growth, learning experience type of situation, and absolutely, at least give them a damn split to show something learning or some experience from that guys before you dog on them. This is a very interesting roster, a squad that should be looking to compete towards that very high end in the LEC, but still has that potential, still has that youth, still has that inexperience that you're going to be looking at them as underdogs, obviously heading towards that top of the table. They have the skills, they have the players in order to challenge for it. And I will say, if you're missing out on Perks, the skill that he brings to the table, the attitude, the trash talk that he can bring to the table, my man Karzi, he can provide you some of that wacky love of lifestyle that Perks has brought to the team.
And some of the best parts of the whole remote broadcast that we saw throughout 2020 was the post-game celebrations for Mad Lions from their gaming house on the webcam, right? Whatever they were doing, they were dancing. They brought out a guitar and an amp for some of them. So yeah, they're the team to root for because I don't want to say clowns, because clowns, it has a negative connotation.
They're not for fun. They're not for fun, man.
No,
You can't give them that.
But they're so fun to root for, and I think that'll stay the same. Armut's a guy who's not afraid to talk a little junk as well, so bringing him in, really the only question mark is Alyoya in the jungle, and if he can keep up with a relatively stacked position that is jungling in the LEC.
Right, and especially as important as the jungler role has become in the last couple of years, seeing its importance, and especially in the World Finals, right? The MVPs go into the junglers. It is an important role, and you're going to have to see it improve and be there and ready for the Mad Lions.
And, I mean, outside, Armut got no problem, no issues with him stepping up. By the way, the Armut versus Broken Blade rivalry is going to be another fun one to see renewed. They went head-to-head multiple times against each other in Turkey. I feel like when they were both playing in the TCL, they were pretty much consensus number 1 and 2 in that league. So seeing that refueled in the LEC is going to be fun.
And it's the battle of what's gone on the last couple of years. Is Broken Blade better from the TSM time? Can you prove yourself from playing in the LCS? Armut was there practicing, waiting in the TCL, and now he's got his chance to go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I mean, historically, we're looking at guys getting better when they leave TSM, right? Svenskeren, Sven, the talent suppression machine, which means Broken Blade probably going to grab MVP of the LEC.
The post-TSM life buff. There it is.
Yeah, a lot of guys have got a big net gain from it. We'll see Broken Blade reunited with his old manager, his old teammates, and away from North America. I expect great season from him, as well as Armut on the Mad Lions.